The gumbo has been cooking for an hour. I'm going to add parsley I cut up and the onion tops. And just stir it up. Now I'm going to wait a little while before I season it. But this is what I use. Salt, black pepper, and red pepper. That's pretty much it for almost everything I cook. Except Italian food or Mexican food. Then I'll add some other herbs. But this is going to cook. I've had it on probably for 40 minutes, which is a little bit less than medium heat. It's medium approaching low. Now I've added just a little bit of water, not that much, and you know, you can add water as you see fit. Okay, I'm going to move over here and show you how I do the potato salad. Ooh, these pots are really good. They put a seal on here. Okay, here's my potatoes and my eggs. And what I do is I go ahead and add my mayonnaise or whatever Cajun way you learn to say it. We had a long discussion recently about mayonnaise or mayonnaise or mayonnaise. I say mayonnaise. Now, I used to say mayonnaise. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I'll start with this. Okay, and good old French's mustard. And I just, oh, you know what? I bet I didn't open this one yet. That's why it won't come out. Okay, no problem. Okay. There we go. Now we're ready to squirt. Whoa. C'est mesuré à l'œil. Measured by the eye. If you want more or less, you can put more or less. You know what? I'm going to add salt and black pepper too. Just out of measure. You know, what can I say? Just a little bit, and then I'll taste it. And under salt is better than over salt. So just put a little bit of black pepper. And then now I'll start mashing. Yummy. Squishy. Oh, while we were off camera, I went ahead and put the rice cooking. Nearly forgot about that. I have often cooked the whole meal, and we're all hungry and ready to eat, and guess what? There's no rice. Oh no, hurry up and cook the rice. You know, I like this new masher. Well, I'm going to tell you what I really like. My old one. It's got smaller holes, and it really gets everything smashed down tiny. Got this when we got married 41 plus years ago. Okay. That's it. C'est tout fait et fini. Now, I'm going to give it a little bit of a stir, a larger spoon. I'm going to taste it. Perfect. Not too much salt, and it's enough. So you can either cover this and serve from the pot, or you can dish it up. Cover it. Cover your dish. You can leave it on the counter if you're going to eat in an hour or so. And that way you can wash your pot and get it out of the way. If you're having company, you won't be having to wash pots later. Also, when you're done eating, this is ready to go into the refrigerator. And it's not too shabby of a presentation if you want to serve out of it. So there you go. Okay, now I'm ready to season the gumbo, and I'm going to taste it first. And I want to say something about dipping spoons into the tasting and all. No double dipping. If you put your mouth on the spoon, don't put it back in the pot. Your guests will appreciate that. Okay, let's see. We'll see what it needs. Okay, well, I'm putting it aside. It definitely needs salt. But I'm going to start off slow. And I'm going to measure over a plate, not over the pot. Because suppose all of a sudden, poof, a big chunk falls in. You can't take it out. It's about a half a teaspoon, maybe a little bit more. Let me go a little bit more than that. Okay. It doesn't seem like much, but... And I've found that the next day is really when I notice the pepper part. Not so much when I'm cooking it, but I'll notice maybe the next meal after it's been cooled down, refrigerated, reheated. Then I'll say, ooh, that's pepper. But on the day of, it's not always that way. Okay. Might put a little black pepper. That's the squash cooking. A little bit, not much, because really there was a lot of black pepper in the stuff. Now I have a unique way of measuring my pepper. I use a knife, and it's hard to shake this pepper out. It doesn't have a little screen, so I'll just pick up a little bit on a knife, and it's safer than pouring it out over the pot. So, you know, I'll just start with a little bit at a time and put it in there, and then I stir it. Stir it real good. Now, something about when the gumbo is done. Now, that's been cooking almost 20 more minutes, so it's been cooking an hour and 20 minutes. I turned it really low about 10 minutes ago, and you can see that the meat is cooked and it's kind of falling apart. And one thing I don't like about cooking it too long is that it all falls off the bones, and you don't even know what piece of meat you're eating. So once it's cooked, which I find it takes about an hour and 15 minutes for the chicken to cook if you've got the burner up on medium to medium low. So once it's cooked, hey, turn it down to low, turn it, if you're not ready to eat, turn it off. You can leave it there, you can cover it. If you're going to eat in an hour or so, it's fine. Now, if you aren't going to eat until, say, 4 hours from now, take it off the burner, let it cool down, and you might want to refrigerate it and then reheat. So, gumbo is great reheated. It's great frozen, taken out, reheated. It's just good. Okay, now let me taste it and see. Oh, I just had black pepper on here, so I'm going to swish it around a little bit. The one I used a while ago is right there. And if you're a goûteuse et gâtée, then you get somebody else to taste it. That means if your taster is used up, then, and you just don't taste if it's good or not, get someone else to taste it for you. like it. Okay, put that aside. And you know, I'm just going to turn it off. It's ready. I'm going to wait on the rice, which, about 10 more minutes. And this is the squash, the butternut squash. And what I did was, it's still a little frozen. I put a little butter. I put 2 spoons of brown sugar. I'm just going to stir it up a little bit. And leave it uncovered and put it back in the microwave because I want some of that water to come out. And I'll put it up for about 2 more minutes. And then we'll come back after a while and we're going to taste the gumbo over some rice. Okay, I remembered something. You may want to take off the excess oil on the gumbo. Now this is a deep pot, so it's going to be a little bit difficult to do. But what you can do is just tilt it a little bit and pick up some of the oil, trying to leave the gumbo in there, and put it in a cup. I mean, it's not that necessary, but if you just don't want the oil, you can do it that way. There's all sorts of little gizmos out there that you can use, but I find this is just as good as anything. So I'll just keep doing this until I'm satisfied with the amount of oil I've taken out. And be careful, this pot is heavy, and you don't want to spill it on yourself, so you want to be careful how you tilt. So this is what I've taken out so far. I might take out that much more. It's really not that oily, and that oil is from the chicken, probably the chicken skin. So we'll be back. Well, we've eaten and it was so delicious. I didn't really talk about the rice that we use. We like medium grain rice, and we use a rice cooker. They're not expensive. You can get them at hardware stores, department stores, Walmart. And I cooked 3 cups because we're going to be eating some more gumbo tonight and probably tomorrow. So it pretty much takes care of itself. It's very easy to do. Now you can cook it without a rice cooker, but that's a whole other process that you have to learn to do. Now I just want to tell you about putting this gumbo away safely so that you'll be able to eat it later. And what I like to do is I like to separate the meat from the juice. It cools quicker. I take it from the larger pot, I put it into a smaller pot. This is where the air conditioner vent blows, and I've separated it so that it'll be easier to reheat. You can grab a piece of meat, get a little bit of the gumbo, and warm it up in the microwave if you're just going to do 1 serving. Now if you're going to reheat the whole thing, well then you can just reheat it in the pot. But this ensures that it will be safe. It's going to cool off really fast. Turn it around every so often. Check it. As soon as it's cool down here, you can cover it and put it in the refrigerator. You don't want to put it in hot because it's going to change the temperature of your refrigerator too quickly. So I have a fan blowing on it, and it's going to cool down. I'd say within 30 minutes it should be ready to put in the refrigerator. And I'll do the same with the veggies. I've already put the potato salad away. So this is a safe way. Now once it's all cooled down, you can put it into smaller containers and freeze it. And it's always better the second time. So the old people say, the Cajuns say, gumbo is always better the next day.